All right, today's gonna be an arm day today. Very rarely do I work arms, meaning biceps and triceps, because so much of the calisthenic stuff, well, generally I do a lot of compound exercises, so very rarely do I isolate muscles, but every once in a while to switch things up, I'll definitely have, biceps and triceps day. So that's gonna be today. Gonna try to see if I can get some weighted chin-ups in there. I'm going to do some straight bar curls for my biceps, which is essentially how I built my biceps. Anybody telling you that you shouldn't be curling in a squat rack, give them the finger, But just make sure you're being considerate of other people in the spaces, right? There's not a lot of places that you can squat. So if you plan on doing curls in the squat rack, then you want to go when the gym is slow, right? And preferably not on a Monday where most people are trying to get their leg day out of the way for the week, right? But straight bar Olympic curls are, in my opinion, the best bicep exercise for mass. And if you're not doing that exercise, then you're leaving a lot of gains on the table. Biceps, 2 heads, you hit both heads sufficiently with a straight bar Olympic curl, and you can make that curl very heavy. So it's just ideal for building mass, It's like the bench press or squat for your biceps. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna do some of those, maybe not that heavy, but definitely wanna work that exercise in, and chin-ups and a few exercises that you may not have seen before for triceps, and then we'll go from there. But I'm definitely gonna warm up with some pull-ups and or muscle-ups. That's generally the reason why I don't work my biceps directly that often, because I'm always doing some pulling. At the very least, almost every time I'm at the gym, I warm up my pull-ups and or muscle-ups. I'm gonna do that first and then move on. Generally the pattern is that I try to get any calisthenic skill stuff at the beginning of my workout so that I have the energy and focus to actually practice those skills. Try to give about 20 to 30 minutes to that stuff. So handstands, muscle ups, handstand push-ups, if I'm practicing them and not working them in the hypertrophic range. At the beginning of the workout, that's when I tend to do that stuff. Just if you're looking for a way to approach this whole hybrid athlete thing. All right. Next, I'm gonna do just a regular set of pull-ups, because that's going to warm my biceps up more. The more explosive movements when you're pulling, they tend to work your back muscles better. Biceps get more involved with the more traditional pull-up. All right, don't want to do too many, tire myself out. Warm up the handstands too. This is like my 3rd set, but I guess I'll show generally what I try to do. Remember when you're doing handstands that you don't have to bring both feet together too quickly. More people need to practice that. Bring one foot up, find your balance, then bring the other foot. You don't have to do both feet. You can balance it just fine, just like this. All right, one more set of muscle ups, and then I'm gonna get into my workout proper. All right. Another set of handstands. Remember, if you're still trying to learn to find the balance on your handstand, you don't need to bring both feet together so quickly. Find your balance with one foot first. Scissors, right? Keep the other foot behind you. Find your balance, bring them together. All right? You bring your feet together too quickly. And that causes your momentum to go in the opposite direction. That's harder to balance. Balance one foot, bring the other foot together. All right. My favorite bicep exercise, straight bar Olympic curl. They force you to keep your core engaged, especially when you start using heavier loads, because you have to use your core to stabilize the heavy weight in front of you, especially when your arms are perpendicular to you. So that's one of the reasons why I consider this a squat of the bicep exercises. Everyone should be doing these. Get over these silly norms about not curling in the squat rack. Shit's stupid. Don't let that affect your gains. And again, as I said before, be nuanced about it, because there's not a lot of places that people can squat in the gym. There's plenty of places where you can curl. But at the same time, you're here to make gains just like everybody else. And this movement is one of a kind. I'm also going to superset this with a tricep exercise, a body weight tricep exercise, tricep extensions. Hopefully this is a good angle for these. Can't see from there. Keeping my elbows together underneath the bar. Trying not to let my butt stick out too much. All right. This is basically me testing my 1 rep max on this exercise. I used to rep this, and I'd like to be able to get back there one day, but that was a long time ago. Let's see if I can get one. Oh boy. All right. You got 49 strength? My wrist is a limiting factor with this exercise now. All right. Brought it down about 20 pounds. I'm gonna start my working sets. Don't know how heavy I'm gonna go on these. Depends on how this feels, but let's see how it goes. Like I was saying before, one of the limiting factors is your wrist. That's one of the downsides downsides of this exercise is that because of the straight bar, if you have crappy wrists like I do, there's nothing that's going to save you when your wrists are perpendicular to your body. Your wrists have to take a lot of the load. So if you have crappy wrists, you're probably going to cheat a little bit, and that's going to make the exercise less effective. So don't be like me, you know, take care of your wrists. All right, forgot to put these on camera last time. Tricep extensions. All right, that's good. All right, gonna try again. I'm gonna do a bit of a drop set this time. Gonna get as many as I can here with decent form and then drop it. See how that goes. Ouch. Alright. See if I can get at least 10 total. All right. One more set. All right, one more set. Try to get around 10. And then I should be good on these. Free up the squat rack for anyone that might be giving me the side eye. F them. There's other squat racks available. And up. All right. Not my best set of those, but F it. Weighted chin-ups are next. Very tricky exercise if you're not used to it because you don't get a lot of bicep tension at the top. So you really have to focus on getting that squeeze when your arms are perpendicular to your body. So it takes a lot of practice to be able to get a good hypertrophic feel when you're doing chin-ups. So a lot of people, when they do it, they feel it more in their back, and it's really a mind-muscle connection thing. You really have to practice at it. Also, well, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't want to overcomplicate it too much, but for now, one plate, I'm gonna see how many I can get. I'm hoping before between 6 and 8. Don't know why I didn't. Rookie mistake. I didn't get anything to spot myself to get up here. Put it off to the side so that the weight doesn't get in the way at the bottom. Squeeze. All right. I don't think I'm going to do more than 3 sets of those because biceps are a very small muscle. I may do 2 other exercises. Usually I do 4 sets of exercises for every exercise that I do, but I may do 2 more exercises and just keep it at 3 sets for my biceps. Biceps are easily overworked. I'm probably doing too much already. All right, set number 2, trying to get 6 to 8. Let's see how it goes. All right, one more set and I'm moving on. All right, last set of these and I'm moving on. One thing to think about when you're doing chin-ups is that it gives you more abdominal engagement. So if you've ever done chin-ups with quality repetitions, meaning getting the nice stretch at the bottom, but you're also pulling yourself up as high as you can, and you're not just purely focused on beating up your biceps, but you want the full benefits of the exercise, you're gonna get some abdominal engagement. And you might find that your abs are sore after doing some quality chin-ups. So that's another reason why it's one of the best pulling exercises out there. Food for thought. But again, when you're trying to focus on the biceps, it's super nuanced to an annoying degree. Maybe in that regards, it's not one of the best bicep exercises, but it's one of my personal favorites. Six to 8. Here we go. Done with those. All right. Here, I'm going to superset some tricep extensions with some rope bicep curls. I'm gonna go relatively heavy on these tricep extensions, heavier than I usually do, because usually what I do with these is I'll superset them I'll do a compound movement where I'll do overhead and then pull downs. But I'm not gonna do that today. I'm gonna do them separately. Let's see if I can get a good angle here. Try that. Part of the reason why this exercise is so good is that you have to use your core to stabilize yourself again. Kind of like the Olympic straight bar curl. You're not just isolating a single muscle, which in my book makes it valuable, but it all depends on what your goals are. Yeah, that's too heavy. Maybe not, but for right now, that's too heavy. My serratus anterior, my abs, my lats have to be engaged so that when I'm trying to get that stretch and the rope comes back, it doesn't fling me backwards. So, yeah, when you're just starting out especially, it's a really good exercise. When you're just starting out, in my opinion, the more compound, the better. Definitely go heavier on those next time so I don't have to do as many. See you in the next set. Added another 5 pounds here. See how it goes. See if I can get at least 8. There's a limiting factor on those, on any bicep exercise for me, because doing reverse levers some time ago, I injured my bicep, and sometimes it feels a little weird in some later sets, almost like it's about to tear, which is not something a bicep tear is not something I ever want to deal with. I've heard a lot about them. Avoid that as much as possible, or any injury really. Try to be smart about it. Don't try to push through anything weird feeling. One. Forgot to pull this bad boy up. Running low on gas, so probably gonna do one more tricep exercise after this and get the hell up out of here and eat some food. All right. Whoops. All right, I'll do some rope pull downs and get the F up out of here. All right, 3 to 4 more sets. Probably gonna be 3 because I'm running low on gas. Tricep pull downs. Make sure that when you're using the rope, doing a nice separation at the bottom, squeezing your triceps. That's how you get that little horseshoe there. Stretch and squeeze is my motto, I guess. And here we go. Wow. All right. Try another one. All right. Set number 2, lighten the weight a little bit so I can get a few more reps in. All right. Might have to lighten it again because feeling it too much in my shoulders on those forced reps. So let's try again. At a lighter weight, better form. All right. One more set and I'm getting out of here. Lighten the load again. Try to focus more on the form so that my shoulders don't get too involved during these forced reps. All right, that's all I got. All right. I'm done.
On the road?
Yeah.
Where do you post the shit at?
YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. All right. I don't usually do physique poses. I don't know how to pose like a bodybuilder. Don't really care about any of that stuff. I'm just trying to see what my own pump looks like. One of these days I should learn these poses just for the hell of it. This is actually a really good exercise for your chest. A good isometric right here. You squeeze here, stretch here, squeeze. When I was a kid, that was one of the first exercises I learned. One of the first calisthenics exercises that I learned. I need to reintroduce that. All right, I need to get the heck out of here. I'm tired. All right. Word of the day today is Susurrous. Nothing conceptually relevant today, just a random word of the day because interestingly enough, this is a word of the day that I came across on dictionary.com today and I had never heard of that word before. There's very few words that I haven't heard of. Well, I'm sure there's plenty of words. There's new words being created every day, but I used to read the dictionary, for those that don't know me, when I was younger. And I've read many dictionaries, and you know, the goal wasn't to learn every single word there is to know, just the ones that stood out to me. So I've never come across that word before. So Susurrous, it means like a low rustling sound or a whisper. So I'm definitely going to use that one. I think it's like S-U-S-U-R-R, Susurrous. S-U-S-U-R-R-U-S. Anyway, the spelling will be on the screen. But arm workout was good. Chin-ups went well. Olympic straight bars went well. Again, I know it's going to be controversial to some people, but Olympic straight bar curl is so good that you shouldn't be capitulating to gym norms when it comes to using the straight bar, the Olympic straight bar, to do curls. Everybody in the gym is there to get in the best shape they can possibly be in. You're no exception. And if you're looking to really grow your biceps, in my opinion, that's one of the best exercises to do that. You can put you can curl with a heavy load, which is great for strength gains and hypertrophy gains. Just the nature of the lift makes it more compound. Your abs and your lats, your whole core has to get involved to stabilize you so the weight doesn't bring you forward. And the stretch and squeeze you can get when you do it properly with good form is just second to none, you know? Absolutely my favorite biceps exercise. I just can't excel at it the way that I used to because it's very demanding on your wrists. And due to my history with handstands, my right wrist is not great. So, you know, unfortunately, I can't bang them out with that exercise like I used to. You know, a few years ago, I used to, you know, rep 135 on the Olympic straight bar curl, you know, like 5-6 reps. And now I can get like 2 on a good day. And that's mostly because my wrist holds me back. It gets too painful. So when I do it, I tend to go a lot lighter now. But yeah, even still, like I said before, I don't work biceps directly a lot. I don't work arms directly a lot. But it's good to switch it up every now and again. I'm a big compound exercise guy, and especially when you're doing calisthenics, I mean, you're doing a lot of pulling, and the biceps are small muscles that are easily worked in any pulling exercise. So it's easy to overwork them. And people overwork their biceps all the time, even without that kind of focus. Bicep tears are pretty common in the gym. So trying to avoid any mishaps like that is part of the inspiration for not wanting to overdo it when it comes to bicep exercises. And on top of that, you know, it's just more efficient, you know? I don't want to have to spend time isolating muscles if I don't have to. A lot of the exercises I actually enjoy doing are compound. I don't like sitting there curling my brains out, you know? Shit's boring to me. I like compound exercises. I like working a lot of muscles at the same time. I like it when my exercises are challenging. And the only time I try to focus on isolation exercises is if I'm trying to target some kind of asymmetry or something's lagging behind. There's some kind of form of instability, which I do have a few. You know, I do knee extensions or quad extensions fairly often, especially on my left side, because my left quad is like literally half the size of my right quad due to my knee injury. So that's an isolation exercise that I try to do quite often, as painful as it is. But generally, I try to do as many compound exercises as energy will allow, and then taper things off with isolation exercises. I don't think there's much more I want to say on that. As you can see, I didn't really have to do a whole lot in terms of exercises. You know, I remember making a few comments, making comments a few weeks ago about my triceps and how they were too big. So I was going to avoid direct tricep work, but that was mostly because I was getting a little fluffy after the holidays. I think after dropping a few pounds, I'm okay with targeting them again. So yeah, Arms Day in the books. I hope you're having a happy new year and a great day. I'm not sure what it's going to be next time. It might be legs or cardio day. I'm not sure. I kind of make these things up as I go. But until next time, have a great one. Peace.